My name is Ruben, and today we're going to be making cheese blintzes. So some of the ingredients we need for this, we're going to need some flour, all-purpose flour. We're going to need some water. We're going to need some sugar. We're going to need some sour cream. We're going to need pressed cheese which has salt in it, some salt. And we're going to need raisins right here. Okay, so let's get started. We're going to take some water and put it into this bowl. And I'm going to get 2 eggs. I'm going to mix the 2 eggs with the water. I'm going to add some flour. Mix it up. Okay, once the flour with the egg and water is mixed up, what I'm going to do is prepare the frying pan. So we're going to turn on the frying pan to medium heat. Add a little bit of olive oil. Just going to let that. Okay, let's start making some crepes. Spread it around. Almost done. Let's turn it over one more time, see how it's doing. Oh, that looks beautiful. That's what I'm looking for. A little bit of brownness on medium heat. And after about 3 minutes of cooking time, we should be done. Usually only takes about a total of 3 minutes of cooking time for each crepe. 1.5 minutes on each side. I think this crepe is done. Take it and put it on the plate. Well, we finished with the frying for now. We're going to move on to the filling. So for the filling, I'm going to use, as I said, pressed cottage cheese and some sour cream. And I'm going to add them to this bowl. So I'm going to use, I just want to make a note about this pressed cottage cheese. When you buy this pressed cottage cheese, make sure you buy the type that is pressed and don't buy the dry pressed cottage cheese. You want to buy the one that just says pressed cottage cheese. Since I only made 4 crepes, I'm gonna use approximately, see how much of this cheese I require, maybe about, I might use the whole package, maybe 3/4 of the package probably for this. And I'm gonna add some, sour cream. Now the reason I add the sour cream is to give it a little bit more wetness. So this is just regular sour cream. Cream with the pressed cheese. To give it a nice consistency, I'm just going to add a little bit more sour cream. So I probably added about probably 2 tablespoons of 2 large tablespoons of sour cream, 2 or 3. You could do 2 or 3 tablespoons of sour cream. And see, it has a nice consistency. I'm going to mix it up. Now I'm going to add some sugar. I'm going to add some sugar. And I'm going to add some raisins. Because I love raisins. And I'm going to mix everything together. I've been mixing the cottage cheese with the sour cream. I've added some sugar and some raisins. And I'm just going to add a little bit of cinnamon, just some ground cinnamon. You could use fresh cinnamon. I'm just going to add a little bit of ground cinnamon to give it a little bit more flavor. So I like cinnamon. And I'm going to continue mixing it. Okay, I've been mixing the cinnamon. Just wanted to mention that there's about half a spoon of cinnamon in here, half a teaspoon, and there's 3 teaspoons of sugar as well. Okay, now once that's all mixed up, I'm going to add it to the crepes. So I'm just going to grab some here. Just going to add it. Just going to add the cheese to the middle of the crepe. And then I'm just going to spread it out evenly, right in the middle. Now I'm just going to fold it. Okay, once this is prepared, this crepe is prepared, I'm going to put it onto this plate, and I'm going to go on to my next crepe. Spread it out. Okay. Turn on my stove, put it on medium heat. There's a little bit of, I've added a little bit of oil to the frying pan, and I'm just going to add the crepes, the filled crepes. It's a little bit of a tight fit. Have to move them over a little bit. Heating up for about a minute on medium heat. I've turned 3 of them over. It was a little bit hard to turn them over. I'm going to turn over the last one now. I'm just going to roll him over. There we go. And then they are nice and happy in there. I'm just going to wait another 35 seconds or 40 seconds, and that should be done. We're finished heating these up, so I'm going to remove them now. Okay, so I finished heating these up. Now I'm going to let them cool off a little bit. You could eat them warm, but I actually prefer to let them cool off to room temperature, and then I actually put them in the fridge for about an hour, because I actually like the taste of these cold. So that's my plan. My plan is to let these cool off for, you know, maybe 20 minutes, and then or a half hour. I'm gonna let it cool off for a half hour. You could eat it then, but I'm actually gonna cool mine off in the fridge a little bit more for another half hour in the fridge, and then I'm gonna eat it, and I'll let you know how it tastes. I've let the crepes cool off. This has been cooled off at room temperature, and I've actually, once this one cooled off to room temperature, I put it in the fridge for about a half hour, because I prefer it a little bit cooler. And now we come to the moment that I've been waiting for, and let's see how it tastes. Delicious. One last point I wanted to make. One of the nice things about cooling it off is once it's cooled off, it's easier to cut and slice into portions. Okay, I'm just going to cut these into some pieces, just to let you know. There you go. More pieces. And that's it. That's how we make sweet cheese blintzes. Enjoy.